Hey everybody, back again. I want to go over something today, a little different. I want to show how I've been rebuilding these ni200 coils for the kanger tank series. All right, now I got a nano tank here, one of the original ones. You know, these coil heads, they work in the the original, the first one, the nano, the mini, and the newer versions, the black and white ones and the plus. You know, they all take the same head. Now, when you get these brand new, all right, the resistance is 0.15 ohms. You know, and they vape okay. They vape all right. And to be honest, temperature coils themselves, to me, it's left a lot to be desired. I haven't made the full switch yet. It really, for some reason, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me yet. But rebuilding this head here has definitely been the best experience. So what we're going to use it on today, I have this Hanna V4. Okay, this has got the newer version of the DNA 40 BioVolve. It has the resistance lock. Now, I've used the EVIC VT. I have an SX Mini M class as well. And generally for temperature, what I found best is to make sure that you have a device that you can lock in the resistance. You know, this way it's a lot more consistent. All right, I've had the, I have the original DNA 40 with the small screen without the resistance lock, and it just creeps up after a while. Once it starts getting hot and heating up, it's not very consistent. So the Addy-Lock definitely has made it a little better. So I'll take you through here, rebuilding this guy, and it gets us anywhere depending on the variables. Gets you somewhere between 0.06 to 0.08, somewhere in there. All right, we'll start off. I'm gonna tear this guy apart. Now, what first you want to do, if you see here, got this top contact pin here. Just want to yank that sucker out. And I just got some needle nose pliers. Okay, and then as you can see right there, everything just kind of came out with it. So you got the body part. All right, and here's the coil that came out with it. Now you're going to want to separate this rubber grommet from the pin, which can be sometimes difficult, but that was okay. Of course, that went easy. So what you're left with is you got your pin, all right, little rubber grommet, and the body. Okay. So what we're going to use, 26 gauge. All right, I've been using 26 gauge pretty much in all like single coil builds, and using 28 in dual coil builds, just to try to keep the resistance up. Okay, so I just got a length here. I'm going to cut that sucker off. All right, put that off to the side. Now, you can see here, okay, we're doing spaced coils. So, we got, looks like 6 wraps on this guy. So we'll do that again. All right. Now I'm going to use this, the Coil Master, or one of these knockoff versions. Okay, now when you use this, the top piece, you stick it on and you go to wind it up, it's going to give you a micro coil. Now you can use that way and then stretch it all out, but I just kind of go like, use it like this. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I always do one extra one and take off that first wrap. Okay, so flip it around, and you can see once I flipped it around how that kind of looks, and I'm just going to pull that guy down. All right, hold on to that a little bit and straighten it out. Okay, so you can see, take it off here. We got 6 wraps, spaced, pretty even enough. That'll be fine. All right, and I use a 2.5 millimeter coil. And the reason why I go with 2.5 is because it fits right into the hole. So once you set the coil in there, you can keep this pin in, and it'll just help keep it all straight. Okay. So bend this down. And we're just going to go right into the top. Alright. So see if we can see that. So we got it down in here. Alright. And you just want to kind of try to keep it in the middle there. And just slide your building rod back through. Alright. So you can see that. Got the coil sitting in the middle, building rod back in, and leads at the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to go put this back together. I'm going to start off with the rubber grommet. Alright, slide it one lead on the outside, one lead through the middle. Alright, it doesn't really matter which one. Okay. And we're going to push that guy in. Okay. Now, if you could see if you can see that. You see that right next to the wire, there's like a little notch. Alright? You don't want to get your lead in that little notch. So I pull it over, pull it back. Alright, and then once we get it close, I'm going to take this and pull it. There we go. Okay. So you can see we're seated down into that little groove there on that side. Alright, just helps keep everything flat. Alright. And now the top pin. Okay. Let's see where we can put that guy. Alright. Now you want to try to keep these opposite of each other so they don't touch inside of there. Alright, now what I like to do is I like to squeeze down tight. Okay, and just give a little tug on them. Just to keep it, just to tighten up any slack that's in there. So, grab them with a pair of pliers and just pull the leads just a little bit, just a little tug, just to tighten it all up inside. Okay, and then you can see where we're at there. And it typically stays pretty much in the middle. Okay, now I'm going to take these guys. I found, these cutters, these are absolutely necessary if you're going to do some building. They're the best. Alright, tight as you can get it. Tight as you can get it. Yeah, we could pull this out of here. Alright, so there we go. Alright. Coil's in the middle there. Alright, we're lined up with the hole perfectly. Alright. So now we'll wick this guy. Now, I'm going to use cotton bacon. I've been playing around with this. I like it. I like it so far. Certain juices I like this, and this to me, this is the best stuff all around. But it's definitely a couple juices I do like to taste better with this cotton here. But either way, whatever you have, doesn't matter. All right, so I just got a little strip here, and they come in bigger strips like this, and you just pull off a little piece and get down to something like this. And I'm gonna thin this out a little bit more. Okay, and let's see where we're at. It's still probably too thick. Yeah, pull off a little bit more. And all you're doing is just trying to get it through this hole here. Now you definitely don't want this too tight. Yeah, I still got it. It's still too tight. Let's take a little bit more. Little bit. You want to try to keep it, you don't want it to be choked through the hole and, restrict your wicking. Okay. That should do it. Now, you just want to kind of play with it a little bit. Just make sure that coil stays nice and centered. Alright. There we go. So, now I played around with some really crappy scissors. But so far I found these guys right here. These are thread snips, I believe. These guys, they're absolutely the sharpest scissors I've used yet. So what we're going to do, okay, we're just going to rest my scissors right on here. Chop it off right with the body. Okay, so there we got that. Now, next thing I like to do, okay, is actually just kind of tuck this in a little bit. Just real light, real gentle. Just kind of tuck it in and fluff it up. Okay, same thing on this side. Alright, so there we go. We're good to go. Okay. So, clear all this. Seaweed juice. Now, as always, with cotton, even though it's temperature, I still like to prime it. A couple drops down the middle. Alright, a couple of drops on the outside. Alright, we'll take our tank. Like I said, this is the Kanger Nano. And sometimes depending on how good your cutters are and how close you can get this, it might get hung up coming in here. And you might have to trim it down a little bit. Either way, just slide it in, screw it on nice and tight. So there we go. Now we're all primed. Ready to vape. Okay. Just gonna fill up my tank. Alright, that'll do. Okay. I'm going to wipe it off real quick. Now, if you're just kind of stumbling upon my channel, I just started this up not too long ago. But, I've been vaping for quite some time. I got my first kit in 2009. Didn't have much success. And then I started up again serious in 2012 when my son was born. I had an ego kit that once I got my ego kit, I was good to go. So, I've been vaping since February of 2012 for quite some time. So I'm just going to put up different things as I go along and, stuff I find useful. I build my own mods. I might look to do a ni200 build or something like that. But let's finish checking this guy out here. Okay, so now I lock it here. Pretty sure I got the temperature mode turned off. Alright, so I'm going to set the temperature probably right around 400, let's say 410 to start, just to start off low. Alright, now you can see this is coming up as a 0.1, there you go, 0.09, 0.1, 0.09. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these two up and down here. Alright, lock that addy in. So now what that does is that locks in that 0.09 resistance, that base resistance. So no matter what happens here, it's always going to be calculating off of a 0.09. Okay? Let's see what we got. And I start off kind of low just to... Alright. Seems like we're good. So I'm going to crank this sucker up here to 40 watts. Alright, we're cooking. Alright, there we go. Tons of vapor. So I'll just run it real quick and you can see the temperature mode. You can see it's still flashing. Alright, you can see it dialing back the wattage. So it's working. It's working pretty well. And I definitely like rebuilding them. Definitely better. I'm not sure what the difference is or what really happens, but you know, I really like it. And depending on what mod you have, this one recommends a 0.01 resistance, so you know 0.09 is pretty good. You know, different mods have different resistances, so just pay attention to what you have and what your minimum resistance is, what they recommend. And I recommend staying around whatever they say. Okay, so I'm going to crank this up now, 430. And this is right where I like to run it. 430 degrees, 40 watts. Alright. So that's it. Hope that helps. You know, try it out, see what you can get, and see how you like it. See you on the next one.